Okay, and go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Without Having Kicked a Ball, coming to you live on Transfer Deadline Day, or as we say now, just past Transfer Deadline Day. We've had, as is tradition with Transfer Deadline Day, some technical hitches, but just like the deal sheets that have gone in, we have arrived to update you on all the latest transfer news as Deadline Day drew to a dramatic close. Joining me tonight is Mr. Jordan Erlen.
Hello. Let's hope, let's hope, unlike the deal sheets, that we're not awake till 1 a.m.
Yeah, and a slightly flustered TubeMix. Hello, buddy.
Hello there, Sam. I'm much more relaxed now that we're alive, and yeah, really looking forward to it.
Good. Yes. Well, if it's not if it's the dramatic turns, U-turns and turns for Victor Osimhen that you're interested in, we'll bring you all the latest on his potential deal to Chelsea. And we'll bring you all the latest as we get it for Jadon Sancho as his Chelsea move seems to edge closer. But you never know on Transfer Deadline Day. Ivan Toney has completed his medical for his move from Brentford to Al Ahly. But with the deadline not closing till Monday in Saudi Arabia, will he complete his move? Closer to home and in the Championship, Todd Cantwell has swapped Scotland for Blackburn. And Middlesbrough have just completed the signing of Ben Doak, as well as a record-breaking deal for Jay Stansfield. We will bring you all the latest here on Without Having Kicked a Ball.
Thank you very much, Sam. I tell you what, you absolutely smashed that. Oh,
Happy with that, were you?
I tell you what, though, don't let the power get to your head, though, Sam.
Thank you, TubeMix. Yes, but yeah, shall we crack on?
Absolutely. So I will go through some of the other deals, which I know you've already done a couple, Sam. So let me just get this up. So West Ham United have signed Carlos Soler. Excuse me if I'm not pronouncing his name right. On loan from Paris Saint-Germain. And as he comes in, James Ward-Prowse comes out as he moves on loan to Nottingham Forest. So that's a very interesting one.
It's surprising, the way James can deliver so much. Quite literally, he can deliver a lot from his deliveries.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm surprised. He's different to any other midfielder. Well, you could argue in the Premier League. I'm surprised Julian Lopetegui has decided to let him go. But I suppose they have got a lot of competition at the Hammers at the minute. So
Well,
I think James Ward-Prowse with will be an excellent addition to Nottingham Forest, ending his 12-month stint at the London Stadium for now. It is only a loan, and I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong,
No obligation, I'm sure.
No option or obligation, is there?
I will check that.
But yes, back to you, TubeMix. Sorry, buddy.
No, that's
What's your view on, just quickly, what's your view on JWP, George?
I genuinely think the best set-piece taker in the league, if not one of the best in the world. I think it's quite baffling. But we've seen with the kind of with the signings Lopetegui's made at West Ham, which I'm sure we'll go through, that.
Right, sorry.
Sorry, bear with me.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm sure with the kind of signings that Lopetegui has made, that you can see that he's trying to kind of level up West Ham as it is. Is Carlos Soler an upgrade on Ward-Prowse? Not sure. Don't know too much about him.
Looking
I'm
for
not going to pretend that we know much about him as an English audience, but there we go.
He's come from PSG, hasn't he?
Yes,
Yeah, but I don't think he was like a main starter there.
So maybe if we have any French guys watching the stream, they can update us on this player.
That was dreadful, shocking, just terrible.
Yeah, it was.
Almost as terrible as the fact that. Also, as terrible as the fact that I said no interruptions, and then somebody decided to walk into my room screaming, and then I had to mute. But there we go. That's it's live, as they say on Sky Sports, and exactly. It's deadline day.
I'm sure everybody enjoyed my
we have Jake Smith, and we have our good friend Ben Carney. Hello, Ben.
Hello, Jake Smith in the chat. Where is he?
Yeah, he's just.
Hope your DJing is going well, my friend.
Yeah. Ben has said he's a bit pissed, but otherwise hope you're.
Yay, Ben lad. Get him down here.
Where are you seeing these comments? I can't see them.
So it's on my YouTube studio. So if you go to the stream, but obviously make sure you mute the stream so there's no feedback.
Yeah, got that.
Right, you got that, have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just carry on. You can read them out as we're going. Go on.
Yes, exactly. So Jake Smith, good mate of ours, and he does love his DJing. Yes, lads. Ben Carney is this live now, so hello, boys. Ben Carney, bit pissed otherwise, to be honest. So I'll put hi to you.
So let me ask you some questions then. What do we think is the most sort of impactful signing that's been made so far today?
Impactful. I can't help.
For instance, I would say, sorry, just to add a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Ramsdale to Southampton is massive.
Yeah.
I think that Nketiah to Palace works very well, and I think Ward-Prowse to Forest is an incredibly good deal. Very good.
I agree. So, What about? I also think going further down, Cantwell to Blackburn is a very good signing.
I wonder whether, like, the thing about Cantwell, obviously, in the Premier League with Norwich, fantastic. And I think it was the Man United move that swayed his head, if I remember correctly. And then was it Spurs? And then he was supposed to stay at Bournemouth the year that they got promoted under Scott Parker, but didn't stay.
Yeah.
So I wonder whether it's a bit of one of those scenarios that we see very often in football, where the kind of the loss of a move or the sway of a big move kind of knocked his confidence past a point that it's been kind of unsalvageable for now.
Done
But
he's done quite well at Rangers, though, hasn't he?
I'll be honest and say I'm not so sure. I don't watch a hell of a lot
I think
of
he's got quite
Scottish
a
Prem.
few goals and assists, but
I'm
yeah,
going to check for you.
he's one of those that's a bit like he's one of those players that always seems to catch the eye, but kind of can never stick anywhere. For some
Stats
reason.
aren't brilliant. Stats aren't brilliant.
Oh, I didn't.
22, 23, 20, 22, 23, not too bad. 6 in 16 in the league. 23, 24, 7 in 30 in the league.
All right.
Not bad, but I always, and this is slightly disrespectful to the Scottish Premier League, I suppose. But when you're playing like some of those teams, you'd kind of think, oh, maybe he should be doing better and scoring more, and his stats should be a lot better.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Nevertheless, it is a big move.
Right, should I just round up a couple more deals that we've...
Go, mate, go.
Okay, so Eddie Nketiah has left Arsenal to go to Crystal Palace. I think that'll be a good move for him. I think he'll get more first team football there. West Ham have confirmed the departure of Nayef Agued. I probably not pronounced his name right, but he's joining Real Sociedad on loan until the end of the 2024 to 2025 season. So as Jordan said off air, Chelsea have submitted a...
Bear with me, boys. I'll be with you in a second. I just need to do something very urgently.
Okay, that's fine. Chelsea have submitted a deal sheet in their bid to sign Jadon Sancho, meaning they have until 1 a.m. to complete a deal for the Manchester United forward. Real Betis have signed Giovanni Lo Celso on a permanent deal, so the La Liga side they'll be paying 8.4 million pounds for the Argentine international, but there'll be add-ons and a sell-on clause included.
Also, Chelsea have submitted a deal sheet for Victor Osimhen, which is very interesting because I heard that the Victor Osimhen deal was pretty much dead half an hour ago, or just before the window.
I thought that deal was dead as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But obviously the window is shut. But yeah, we'll have to see.
Just to TubeMix to cut across, but just in case people are confused, if you're not a regular football follower, the deal sheets, basically the window opened in I think it was the beginning of June, might have been the 1st of July actually, but then when it closes, when the window closes, a club, if their deal's ongoing, can submit a what's called a deal sheet to try and get that particular deal over the line. I think it does have to be at a certain stage. I think the fee has to be agreed, and parts of the medical might have to have been at least set in place. But what it does is it just allows clubs a bit of time. I think the paperwork has to be completed between the clubs. So, yeah. So it just gives an extra 2 hours.
9 deal sheets are in.
Sorry?
9 deal sheets are in.
Yeah, I was just explaining to viewers that might not be regular football followers. We're saying the window's closed and there's still deals going through, which might confuse some people. So, yeah, they have till 1 a.m. to get those deals sorted. unless of course the players are free agents, and if they're free agents, then they can move to clubs within England whenever they want to.
Yeah. Shall I tell you some of the ones that are on deal sheets?
Just before I finish, it doesn't. The deadlines for abroad are slightly different to the English division. So the deadline for Saudi Arabia, for example, is Monday. I don't know about. Actually, let's do that. When are the deadlines for each league? Do it like for each top European league? Do we know today?
Not quite sure. All I know is it's just 11 p.m. Although I think the Saudi league probably that was until
Monday.
Monday. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go on then, George. Talk us through some of those deal sheets.
All right. So the three that they've got listed currently that they know about on the Sky Sports are Jadon Sancho's loan move to Chelsea, which we'll get into. A bit of a short one that we didn't know about, but has been submitted. Armando Broja on a loan move, but not to Ipswich, to Everton. And Maxwell Cornet from West Ham to Southampton.
That's interesting because McKenna indicated he's Ipswich manager that the Brogy move was back on earlier in the day, but there we go.
Yeah, and the deal for Sterling as well is on another deal sheet. Can I also bring some ridiculous news to you, which is that the League One transfer record has been smashed. Birmingham have signed Jay Stansfield for £11 million.
Wow.
That is a lot of money.
Unbelievable. And, by the way, takes their spend to way over 20 million in League One.
Goodness me, that's quite
which is
a lot
crazy.
for League One team, yeah. Arsenal have submitted a deal sheet for Raheem Sterling's loan from Chelsea to Arsenal. So, of course, as Jordan said, they have until 1 a.m. to complete the paperwork and sign.
Surprised about that. Chelsea and Arsenal are doing a deal.
Yeah, but we've seen it before, and this is the thing. Like, I genuinely don't think that the Bowley ownership really care where players go as long as they go. And that's one of the things. And also, like, Sterling wasn't great for us, so I'm pretty sure people aren't that bothered. It kind of gives me Willian 2020 vibes, you know what I mean?
Where's he gone now?
He's just left Fulham and he's looking for something new, so...
No, he's not joined anyone yet.
No.
Surprised he didn't stay at Fulham.
I do think that honestly, I think Sterling to Man United would have been a terrible move. Because I just don't think they would have taken to him with him having played.
I can tell you that being a United fan, Liverpool and City plays for no.
Yeah, I'm just keeping up to date with things as we go. I think I mentioned it last week, maybe on air, maybe off air. We talked about Norwich and the issues that they had with John Rowe. Obviously, he's gone to Marseille for 16 million obligation to buy after a loan. And another guy who had put in a transfer request there was Abu Kamara. Now, he's signed for Hull City, who have done some interesting deals, which I will bring you up to speed with.
Who's their manager now?
Their manager is Tim Walter. You don't know because you weren't part of the transfer, the EFL season preview, but I did quite an extensive segment on them where I was fairly bullish about what they were going to do this year, and so far they've been pretty terrible. So yeah, this to be honest, having looked at Hull and the way they've been this year so far, obviously we're only 3 games in some cup games, but they have needed reinforcements.
Well, they've never got rid of Liam, so they've got what they've got coming for them.
Well, yeah. To be fair, that is one of the worst fumbles of my time, I think.
Right. Okay, sorry, Geordie. 1 second.
No, that's it, mate. Carry us on.
Okay, so yes, of course, I said Arsenal have submitted a deal sheet for Raheem Sterling's loan from Chelsea to Arsenal. Everton have submitted a deal sheet in a bid to make a late move for Chelsea's Armando Broja. Now, if you remember, Broja was meant to be going to Ipswich, but that fell through earlier on deadline day. And Everton's offer was an initial loan with the option to buy for £30 million, but Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who has of course been linked with some move to Chelsea, is not part of that deal. So,
On Man United, he was linked with.
Yes, he's been linked with quite a few clubs, hasn't he? So,
just while we're on Everton, I find it quite interesting that Sean Dyche said they had no money, and yet they've signed Mangala, who is quite good. Where?
On loan, though.
Was that a loan deal, was it?
Yeah.
They've also signed somebody else, haven't they, today or yesterday?
I will check for you. I'll get some confirmation in.
Yep.
Confirmation in as we go.
Oh,
no, they didn't sign anybody yesterday.
Sorry, Jay Stansfield. Apologies if you've mentioned this already, but Jay Stansfield.
Yes, I have.
Oh, sorry. Right, okay.
You said that was a record-breaking deal, remember?
Right, yes, sorry. Well, I knew you said one, but there's so many different deals that...
Yeah, that's a crazy deal. And they've, like... this is something that we haven't really touched on in all the EFL kind of roundups that we do, because we kind of blitz it, but we did talk about it briefly in the preview, where we talked about the amount of money they've spent and the amount of backing they have. Like, they are throwing the kitchen sink at getting promoted.
But to be fair, even though they got relegated last season, there was quite a feel-good factor about the club, because I think they've obviously not had great owners, and these owners have come in and at least put their money where their mouth is, so good luck.
No, for sure, mate, for sure. I will go ahead. They've also just signed the guy from Celtic, Tomoki Iwata, which I think was another kind of multi-million-pound deal, which God knows how big the pockets of their owners are.
I mean, those players must think they are really going places, because Jake Stanfield could have played for anybody really in the Championship.
Well, he played and scored for Fulham against them the other day, didn't he? They played Birmingham, and Stansfield scored.
Yeah, but he obviously thinks the club are going places, because he could play in the Championship, and to go that low.
I'm gonna be very, very cynical and say that they probably chucked an absolute shitload of money at him.
Well, yeah, it's probably the highest paid player in League One history.
Which look, fine. Like, that's great if it works out for them and they do what they want to do. It's money well spent.
I wonder whether that sealed the deal, the fact that he scored against Birmingham the other day.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you boys, but there's some breaking news, and Luke McCowan, the Dundee captain, has signed for Celtic for £1 million, and he's signed a 3-year contract.
Very good.
Right, sorry, continue on.
Yeah, so just to go back to what we said about Hull, I've got some names of players that they have signed. I'm going to choose 2 specifically. I don't know too much about the third one. But they have signed Casey Palmer from Coventry.
I remember him best for his time at Huddersfield.
Yeah, he got them promoted. Yes.
Yeah, and then he was with them in the Premiership, wasn't he, for a season?
Yes, and he got injured, I think, and then went back. Chelsea. The other one that they've signed, which I really like, is Carl Rushworth. If you don't know Carl Rushworth, goalkeeper from Brighton, was on loan at Swansea. I think he's been on loan at Swansea for 2 seasons. Very, very good goalkeeper and a great signing for Hull, to be honest with you.
Do you think he's going to be Brighton number 1?
I think it's really difficult. Brighton have got some really good options, and some really good options that are performing very well. Obviously, Verbruggen.
He's still young, isn't he?
Yeah. So I think at the moment, obviously, Jason Steele is number 1. And then Bart Verbruggen is number 2, and we saw him start, every game for the Netherlands in the Euros.
Yeah,
and play very well.
Brighton didn't have a number 1 last season.
No, I actually think that's an interesting debate for Hers. Is he going to do the same thing that De Zerbi did?
I'm so sorry, everybody.
All right there, Chubby.
Don't overdo it, Sam.
Don't overdo it, Sam. Don't overdo it.
The joys of live broadcast.
You're disrupting my flow.
Right.
Will.
Yeah. So then, sort of behind Verbruggen, you've got then 2 goalkeepers of very, very high quality in Rushworth, who's older, so probably is a bit ahead of James Beadle. James Beadle, we of course have seen live in the flesh before, so we know how good he is.
Yeah.
But it's worth noting that, I watched him play for Sheffield Wednesday, and I have done 3 times now, because I think they've been on telly 3 times. Yeah, that's right. And he's been outstanding in every game, even when he was beaten 3 or 4 times in a game. So,
sorry, lads. Ben has read it out. We'll get the boys' opinion. So I'm guessing, Ben, you're on about. So he was hoping that United would make a move for Kenny Chukwuemeka. How do you pronounce him?
Terrible, Carney Chukwuemeka.
Oh yeah. So what's your opinion on that?
Go on. I'll let you go.
Unproven. Should have never left Villa. And yeah, he might be a good player in the future, but no reason to get him.
I don't know how much you've seen of him, but he is very good.
But he should have stayed at Villa. He would have got more time.
I don't disagree with that, but I do think that he is very good. And
so why did Chelsea want to get rid of him then?
Yeah, but if you actually listen to what Maresca said, he's been very cutthroat with the players he doesn't want. But he has said that he wants Chukwuemeka. He just doesn't think he can get him enough game time to benefit his development. I also saw the same thing that Ben saw about the Chukwuemeka deal, and United discussing it. But I just don't really think he kind of fits in. I don't see where he would fit in.
Well, he wouldn't play. He'd go from not playing to not playing, probably, which is pointless. Just a quick one that's come to my attention. We talk about brilliant deals today, and we can go throughout the window if we want. We'll do that top pick of the window.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
today, and it was one that I only saw a few minutes ago, actually. Well, just before the transfer window shut, is Shalabar to Palace.
Yeah, that's got to be on a deal sheet somewhere because I haven't heard very much about that, and I think
No,
it's a great move.
done. I think it's done.
I haven't seen confirmation in anywhere.
All right, maybe it's not, but if it goes through, that's a really good signing for Palace.
He's great. He's great.
I rate him. I can't believe if that was me, right, he'd be in my Chelsea starting 11 week in, week out.
Yeah, don't you think that's what's a little bit weird about this Maresca thing? Like a lot of the teams that I expected he would like, the players I expected he would like, he's not having at all. Like I expected Chilwell would fit into his system. The one person that we've heard absolutely nothing about today, by the way, is Ben Chilwell.
Yes, it's going to be bit of a weird one because obviously Sterling looks like he's going to be heading to Arsenal. But yeah, Ben Chilwell seems to be left in the lurch. I mean, what should...
George, just a quick one on Trevor Chalobah, because obviously
he's moving on to Palace, isn't he?
Obviously,
yes.
I have very strong views about how he and Conor Gallagher and Sterling were treated with regards to numbers and dressing room, being told they couldn't go in the first team facilities and all that. But would he get in your Chelsea starting 11 for
Chalobah?
Yeah.
No.
Who would you have as centre halves then?
But that's part of the problem, isn't it? It's I personally like Disassi. And
I about him going there at one point.
Yeah, but then he's been playing, and I would also put all my eggs into one basket with Colwill because I do think regular playing time in this team for Colwill will send him to the next level.
But how about if you wanted to play a back three?
Then I would put Badiashile in.
And what has Disassi gone?
No, Disassi hasn't gone. Disassi hasn't gone. However you say it.
There's rumours he was going.
So in
left in the lurch then.
So both he started with tossing Adorabioyo on Thursday, both Thursdays.
Do you mean tossing Adarabioyo? You said Adarabioyo.
No, yes, I said that because Sky Sports released a thing, and he said his own name, and he said it was tossing Adorabioyo or something like that. I don't want to butcher it, but it's not Adorabio. It's nowhere near that. That's why I think that's why, like on his shirt name, it's just tossing.
I'd call him Ada. Anyway.
Call him that. Oh, and Ben Conley said Edard to Leicester too. a move that might. So, I haven't seen that. And I guess that'd be Odson.
Odson Edward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think me and Sam talked a little bit about this while you were trying to set this up, Will. Once we come out of the Skype call we were originally in,
Right.
I think that's a great deal for Leicester because it fills that Iheanacho gap. So they've got 3 strikers again, haven't they? 3 main strikers.
Yeah.
Of Vardy, Daka, and obviously Edward. No news on whether that's on the deal sheets, but I'm guessing it is because we only know 4 of the 9 deals that are on deal sheets.
I'm just looking at. I don't even remember seeing it on the Sky Sports Transfer Centre, which I've got here. So.
Yeah, I think
it was definitely talked about on. It was definitely talked about on Sky Sports.
Right.
Shall we just quickly talk about which clubs you think have had a good window, which have had an okay window in the Prem, and which have had a bad window?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
I would like to ask you and Will and Ben if he's listening for opinions on the whole of Chelsea's window, and I don't mean all the kids they've signed, which I think are very positive because it's future proofing, and even if they don't play, one thing that we will be able to do is get profit on them from what we originally get, so long as they develop well. I mean, all the signings for the first team. So I mean, Renato Vega, Philip Jorgensen, Tossin. I mean, Dewsbury Hall. So on and so forth. Job Felix.
I dare on the side of it's been a.
Ben's just said favourite transfer window moment ever. His is Peter Odemwingie. I probably not pronounce his name.
Peter Odemwingie, but yeah, of course it's got to be.
I've never heard of him. I don't think.
Yeah, when he was meant to go to QPR, was it, and ended up driving down from West Brom anyway, and the deal hadn't been agreed. Right. Anyway,
yeah, we'll get to that because I think me and Sam probably have the same favourite moments because that's just a classic.
Okay, so Ben, we'll get to that in a moment, mate. So,
but yeah, what are we saying in terms of
Chelsea? For me. Well, there's been some okay signings in there and some good youngsters. It's been a subpar window for Chelsea. I mean, time will tell, but for me, bringing Felix in, what is he again? He's like a bottle of pop with no fizz. I think he's severely overrated. Don't get me wrong, I think he's got some lovely touches, but he doesn't do enough. He's kind of the icing on the cake without any substance to him. I also think that Dewsbury Hall, I know he's worked with the manager, and we've seen it a lot of times before when a manager moves and buys one of his old players, but he's okay. He's a steady Eddie, but is he what Chelsea need in that midfield? No, in my opinion. Yeah, I think Tossin's a good signing. Solid, good squad player. Knows the Premier League. But yeah, I just think Chelsea's had the heart ripped out of it over the last few years. And the signings have done nothing to to make me feel any good. How do you...
It's been a
I
revolving
agree.
door, hasn't it, at Chelsea? It's been chaos.
I agree, but I think that there are definite kind of positives and negatives.
Who are your positives?
My positives are Neto.
Yeah.
I like.
In fact, Ben's mentioned Neto and Sancho if he can get his career on track.
Yeah, I think Sancho, if he comes, will do well because I think he fits. It's funny. I think if the kind of winger that Maresca likes is Madueke, then Sancho is perfect.
So,
and I don't know whether you agree or you disagree. Can I
just ask you on Sancho, where do you think, why has it gone wrong for him since he moved to Manchester United?
Well, I think that he came from Dortmund for big money.
£85 million.
Yeah, he's a very good player who had a tough start at Old Trafford, but to be fair to him, everybody was struggling. He was signed under Ollie at a time where we were struggling. The club's in transition. Then he has, it's one of the toughest times in Man United's recent history. Then Ten Hag comes in, and he has all the mental health problems. Yeah. So we went to train in Holland, I think it was, and went to see some specialists. Comes back, manager doesn't fancy him, falls out with the manager. So it's just, and he's not coming into a winning environment. So everything that has gone wrong could go wrong. See, I would say he's much more proven than a João Felix, for example. And I think.
Can I just ask you one more question on Sanchez? So when he played for England before he came to United, because my dad, I know, didn't think he was any good playing for England. What's your view on?
I don't think he did great in an England show, but he didn't get a run of starts, did he? Really?
No, I think it was different. I think it was difficult, and also I think that Dortmund team were very positive and did great things with the ball, whereas England, no, not just England. I also want to say that bloody international football in general is very kind of defensive and negative for a direct player like Sancho.
And I think that's been part of the problem for him at United. He had
definitely.
He had no style of play under Ollie because it was a mess when he arrived, and that's not just Ollie's fault. Ollie, I love you. You know that is a club legend, but the
some might say it was better when he was at the wheel.
But yeah, I think
he didn't have any authority, did he, Ollie?
Well,
he struck me as weak. He did.
God, we're jumping all over the place here. We're on about Ollie now.
Sorry.
Right, but yes. So I can finish my point. Sancho didn't have. Didn't play in an attacking team. I actually think, I know he was at City before Dortmund, but I think you put Sancho in City's team, or even say a Brighton side who like to attack, he'd do very well.
Yeah, I think if the style of play that Maresca's going for is what we saw against Wolves, and what we saw in flashes against City, but City. Looking back at the City game now, City nullified Chelsea completely. They were settled really well to break Chelsea, to break the kind of Chelsea attacks, but also the midfield was pretty poor. But yeah, if what we saw against Wolves is what Chelsea want to play long term. Sancho will do really well, as will Neto, as will Madueke.
If they fit, that Neto.
Yeah, but I also don't really think, like, you've got, in terms of what you've got at Chelsea now, first team wingers, you've got 4 really quick, really direct wingers.
You've
Now,
also got one winger that doesn't know how to stand on his own 2 feet.
Mudryk.
Ben has just said Sancho's
Yeah.
a system player that's on the club for not getting the best out of him. However, he wasn't hungry enough and took the manager that's on him.
Yeah, great point there, Ben. But just going to Mudryk, I mean, yeah, I mean, he's like Theo Walcott, and Walcott was a good player, don't get me wrong, but Theo Walcott made the wrong decision a lot, but he could do stuff with it, 50-50. Where Mudryk, for every one good thing he does...
I think that's quite disrespectful to the career that Theo Walcott had, because he was very, very good.
No, but I mean, Theo Walcott should have been up there with Gareth Bale. And their careers did take slightly different trajectories. I don't doubt he had I don't doubt he had a very stellar career. Was playing in the top Arsenal team for a decade, or
What did Theo Walcott won? Gareth Bale won 2 Champions Leagues.
No, that's very simplistic of you, Will. It's not about what you.
That is
not about what you win.
What I'm trying to say is, Theo Walcott he had a stellar career, and I think he should have had an exceptional career.
Right.
And I do.
Yeah, but don't you think, by the way, Bale versus Walcott is a bit like Ronaldo versus Messi, whereas Walcott was more naturally talented and Bale had to work very hard to get to where he was.
Yeah, but in the end, wouldn't you have said Bale was more naturally talented in the end?
I think it came from hard work. And we've seen that. We've heard the stories of... Yeah, but we've heard the stories of, like, Harry Redknapp didn't fancy him, wanted to loan him out. So we know that there was issues there with Bale.
So you think Walcott is more naturally talented than Gareth Bale? Or let me give you an alternative. Was it that Gareth Bale was being played a left back when he wasn't actually a left back?
I think it's hard. I think you could say different things. Would you say that Cristiano Ronaldo has as much natural talent as Messi?
No.
But I know that you think Ronaldo is a better player.
I do, but he doesn't
By the way, is subjective, but you can have more natural ability than somebody, but still have a worse career than them. That's I'm set. Like, obviously,
what did Bale would put in 30-yard screamers? You never saw Walcott do that.
No, but Bale wasn't putting in 30-yard screamers like at the start of his career. He was confident. He got confident. He worked hard.
Yeah, but mixed with his natural ability.
The main thing about Bale is, in that season where he caught fire, scored the hat-trick against Inter Milan, bulked up massively. Took massive physical steps forward.
Yeah.
The problem with Theo Walcott, right?
He didn't really have a footballing brain, did he?
Pure pace. And we've seen that a million times with loads of players. I can even name a player that we go to see week in and week out that we say is pure pace and nothing else.
Tracy.
Yeah, that being said, Theo Walcott, look, we are massively disrespecting Theo Walcott. Great player. Great
No,
player.
yeah, no, good player. Good player. Not
Oh no,
great.
I don't think good. You don't spend most of your career in a top 4 team if you're just good.
But good player. Good player. Good player. A top player at the top level, but a good top player.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
Are you? Have you finished your point?
can I
Yeah.
just say by the way, because we keep talking about Theo Walcott when we
Oh,
should be
yes,
talking about
sorry.
transfers.
Sorry.
I'm just going to refresh because it might have changed. But as far as I'm aware, what I can see here, the deals that have yet to be confirmed, even though the Edward and the Cornet deals have now been confirmed, like the Cornet deal has just come through.
Yes.
What?
I did see that.
Been
So
done.
what's left on the deal sheet is Nelson,
Yeah.
Broja, Sterling, Sancho, Chalabar.
I thought Chelsea submitted one for Osimhen.
And there's 2 left that we don't know.
Right. Well, we'll see. One deal we haven't mentioned is Kai Gordon has completed a loan move to Norwich City.
Who?
Kai Gordon.
That's
from
why we haven't
Liverpool.
mentioned it. T.R.D. Gordon.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Well, I'm not the best at pronunciation, so
You don't say.
yeah. Sorry. So like Jordan said, Maxwell Cornet has been confirmed to
Cornet is a cornet.
loan from West Ham.
He's got him cornet. Sorry.
What is he? What is that? Is that not his? Is that not his name?
Maxwell Cornet.
Okay.
Cornet is Valenciano.
What a dreadful transfer window live this has been.
Cornet.
Awful.
I think it's been brilliant.
To go back to what Ben said, by the way, because I think it's important, because I'm just completely ignoring Cornet or Cornet, whatever you said. Favourite transfer window moment of all time has to be Odom Wingy. If it's not Odom Wingy, it's Harry Redknapp in his car. That's another one. The dildos on Sky Sports News.
Who's Peter Odowingie?
The Peter Odom Wingy.
Well, hang on a minute. You're doing a transfer deadline day special, and you don't know who Peter Odom is.
No, never heard of him at all. Prior to Ben mentioning him.
Great player as well back in the day.
He was a great player. He had. It was basically, Will. He was at West Brom, and on deadline day, he wanted to. Well, before deadline day, he wanted to leave West Brom, and QPR, well, he thought agreed a deal. So he travelled from West Brom down to London, so Birmingham down to London, got in the car park,
right,
got out of his car, went in, and Harry Redknapp said, "What are you doing here? There's been no deal agreed."
Oh wow!
And so he had to turn around and go back.
Yeah, it is a absolutely extraordinary, an absolutely extraordinary turn of events, that, isn't it?
Goodness
Love it.
Me. Wow, extraordinary.
Did Odemwingie then join Cardiff on the same day, or was it in the January? I think it was months later, wasn't it?
Yes, I don't think it was on the same day.
I think he had to go and sit at West Brom and do nothing.
Terrible. That's so shocking now.
It's just the fact he just went in and it was like, "I'm here."
Look, don't get me wrong. It's very, very funny, but like, wowee.
God, wow.
Can we talk about as well, because it throws up an interesting debate as to what Bournemouth do. Obviously, Bournemouth's number one goalkeeper Neto has gone to Arsenal on loan to be back up to David Raya, which leaves them with a very interesting goalkeeping situation.
Who are their goalkeepers right now?
So I think I'm just going to look, which means I have to come off the transfer. But I think it's Radu, the Romanian, and Mark Travers.
Oh,
Was supposed to leave, but hasn't, because he actually probably will get some game time now.
I'm surprised Neto, at his age, doesn't just want to play, because he won't play at Arsenal.
Or they signed forget that, because they signed Kepa yesterday. That completely slipped my mind.
Did they? They signed Kepa?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Yeah, so Kepa signed a new deal with Chelsea, and then has gone to Bournemouth on loan.
Hang on, he's gone from Real Madrid on loan to Bournemouth.
Yeah, but that's like Kilo. You could say about Kilo Navas. Like, you know, he was Real Madrid. He was PSG's number one, and then went to Forest.
Yeah, but he was old by then.
Yeah, but he's still, then he spent last season as number two to Donnarumma.
How old is Kepa now?
20. I'm gonna guess, and then I'm gonna look. I'm gonna say 29.
27, I reckon.
Well,
Kepa Arrizabalaga is 29. Yes.
I thought when he signed for Chelsea he was 26. I'm pretty sure.
He was what, 27?
No, 26 when he signed for Chelsea.
No, he signed for Chelsea years ago. He was at least 22, 23.
Why has he signed a new deal at Chelsea, having made it clear he didn't want to be at Chelsea last year, or stay at Chelsea beyond his loan, and then he's gone on loan? That just shows to me that they don't want him.
Because they didn't want to lose him on the free, I'm guessing.
Or he does well at Bournemouth is probably protecting the asset, aren't they? Like, because if he does well at Bournemouth, his valuation will go up.
Yes.
I think, if I'm honest, that's what it's more likely to be.
Because I can't see the wanting.
At the minute, to be honest, I think a lot of it is with Chelsea and a lot of these clubs that kind of get rid of first team level assets that want to go, but they don't really want to lose money on because they haven't really done well or played. It's to do with, well, we'll loan them out now while they're at a low, and if they do well, we can profit.
Yeah.
And if not, well, we've given it a go. And I think that's what it is with a lot of these Premier League clubs that kind of, like Neil Maupay, for example, gone to Marseille on loan, but with an obligation to buy. So, but that's more financial. But at some point, it might get to a point where he doesn't go. I know it's his obligation to buy, but we've seen some of those where it gets to the end of the loan and it doesn't come off.
I'm surprised the league haven't stopped loans to obligations, because it's a way of teams deferring I get the option thing, but it's a way of teams deferring a payment that's going to happen for another year. So I'm surprised the leagues haven't looked at that and said, "Oh,
it's legal, but it's sneaky,
bending the rules." So, boys, so let's do what I said. One good from each of you. One good team that's had a good transfer window. One mediocre transfer window. And one not so good transfer window. Comparison to size as well and for each club. So you can have one of each. What we're going for. I'll start with Jordan.
West Ham, very good window. I think
Why?
Ipswich.
Why have West? And tell us why West Ham have had a good window.
So West Ham, good window. I think based on the profile of the signings that they've got and the names. We're talking about people like Wan-Bissaka, Nicholas Fulkrug. I think is a great signing. Players like that. I think that.
Just want to interrupt you, Ben said Kepa's a good signing, so.
Yeah, no. To be honest, I do agree with that. I do agree.
I think he's a bit slippy, like a kipper. And he's a goal.
The thing about.
And he said, "We'll correct them."
Yeah, I will say that I think West Ham, the signings fit. West Ham for a couple of years, I think, have been evolving from a lower mid-table team into the. Obviously they got silverware from the Conference League, stuff like that. But I think they've used the Declan Rice money well for the most part. I'm still baffled by James Ward-Prowse going, and I'm also kind of baffled by Cornet going because purely what he offers as pace and a bit of skill. But all in all, I like what they've done. I can't lie. I think it's very eye catching.
Yeah, I'm still not sure about Logotegui though. It's got a lot to prove.
I don't know. He was very good at Wolves, to be fair to him. I think okay window. Ipswich was what I originally said. I think I'm going to stick to that.
Do you know what? Ben said okay, Ipswich and West Ham United for good in terms of signings for the window.
That's interesting. I'll say Ipswich okay. Because they have signed some kind of pedigree. I feel, Arno Muric, for example, who comes in from Burnley in goal.
Getting Amari Hudson on a permanent deal
was decent when he came in for Burnley, and like you said, Amari Hutchinson was very good. He was extremely good for Ipswich. So, that's a great deal. I think Liam Delap has got the ability to come good and the potential.
Jacob Greaves, I like him.
Very good signing, very good. Chidozio Bene from Luton, who they signed the other day, like that a lot.
He was very good.
So it's a lot of...
Phillips isn't a bad one.
No, look again. We've talked about a couple of them, like Sancho, for instance. If Phillips can get a good run and do well, he will be brilliant in that midfield.
Aston Villa, isn't it? That Phillips
played for. So why an okay window? What haven't they done?
I think they've added quality, but I still think it's a weak team. I think. But the amount of money that you get when you come up to the Prem is pretty ridiculous. And I imagine that the signings are okay and not fantastic because they're looking within their own. They're looking for bargains. They don't want to spunk all the money on one player and then go down because they're not trying to balance the team out.
Recruitment though.
So Ben has said underwhelming for Newcastle out the window, and he said And you said not.
But
And he said Nottingham Forest's window has gone under the radar.
would you not say that? Would you guys not say that Ipswich have been very clever, George, with their signing?
I don't think they've had the best I don't think they've had the best window of the three that came up.
Even Leicester have had a better window than Ipswich.
Well, I think it's really subjective, isn't it? Because I think that Leicester have got a better team anyway. I think that part of the thing with Leicester is that you think about the signings they made when they came down to the Championship. They signed Harry Winks, they signed Connor Cody, guys that have a lot of
Premier League experience.
Yeah, loads. And there's so many players in that team that performed really, really admirably in the Championship, and will have got a lot of attention. You'd think. So for me, I think you can say that they've had a good window because they've kept what they've got. They signed Fatawu on a permanent. I like the signing of Oliver Skip. I feel like he was never really given a chance at Tottenham. I think they've done well. I think you look at Southampton. We've talked about them today. I think the best signing of the window by a mile, for a team in the bottom half, let's say, is Ramsdale. I think Ramsdale is a top four keeper playing in a relegation battle, which is a shame for him, but for Southampton, wow, because their goalkeeping situation isn't brilliant. I like Bazunu, but he is not ready.
Where is Bazunu? Because I really like him.
Well, I find that a bit strange that McCarthy started, but obviously Bazunu lost his place. So,
What, last season?
yeah. So Alex McCarthy took Bazuni's place. I'm gonna just check what's happening with Gavin Bazunu.
Right.
What about you, Sam? Who do you think's had a good window?
You haven't said about bad window.
Who do I think's had a bad window? I think Newcastle haven't done enough. I think that Liverpool haven't had the greatest of windows.
Yeah, no, they haven't. Yeah.
I think Tottenham haven't really a lot of their early stuff is very good, i.e. Archie Gray, Bergvall. I think other than that, they've not had the best of windows.
No, it's been more outgoings, hasn't it?
How about Solanke?
I like Solanke. I think 65 million.
It's good enough. I don't think it's good enough.
Yeah, I think 65 million is pretty crazy. So Gavin Bazunu, which I had no idea about this, but he ruptured his Achilles tendon and will be out for 9 to 10 months. Gavin Bazunu.
Oh yeah.
So
maybe he didn't lose his place.
I'm gonna go. Oh, sorry.
Go on.
I'm gonna go for worst club. Probably Liverpool in terms of the window. Best. I think Arsenal have done some good business.
Yeah, I think the Marino thing is very, very.
Why have Liverpool had a bad window? Well,
because they've not signed many players, because obviously if Salah, he won't be leaving in this window, but they do have to start to look at the future, and for me they haven't strengthened enough.
But don't you think with the attack that they've got? By the way, let's talk about this. Federico Chiesa for 10 million bargain.
Do you think he'll
Because
suit
that
the Premier League?
I think even if he doesn't, he's got time to develop. I just want to, because I'm looking at the comments. Ben's put a comment here and he said, Leicester are most likely to stay up, added to the PL experience with Ayew and Decordova-Reid, as well as Skip. Okoli tipped to be a wonder kid too, a good blend. Exactly the point I was making. Ayew, great signing. Decordova-Reid, I think, is a gem of a signing because I've always liked what he's done for Fulham in all the years he's been there.
And Bristol City.
Yeah, and Bristol City, but specifically for Fulham in the Prem, because when he signed for Bristol City, it was a little bit kind of, oh well, what's he gonna bring, and what he's brung is very good.
Yeah. Can I, oh, go on.
I just want to say, in terms of what you're saying about Liverpool having a bad window, don't disagree. I think they could have done a lot better, but flip it and say, well,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If they would have
That's
had
very valid.
if they would have had Jurgen Klopp still at the helm, and they would have only have signed one person and not really got rid of anybody that massive, bad window. But it's a brand new guy trying to implement brand new ideas, and I think it would cause more harm than good.
Brand new ideas. I do think there are similarities. He keeps the ball
No, but
more.
he's a different manager. I think that's what I'm trying to say. But so I think that if Arne Slot came in and ripped up was getting rid of people left, right, and centre, I think that would cause more concern. I think keeping things as is added some much needed stability to Liverpool.
Is the key.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think they've had a terrible window, but I think they've had a bad one.
Right, okay. Well, yeah, that's just my view. And yeah, for me, best window, Arsenal.
Yeah. I think personally, are we ready for my?
Yeah, absolutely.
We are. Let's go.
Best window, Fulham.
Yeah, great shout.
Considering where Fulham are, they've signed Anderson. They've signed. I think Smith Rowe is a wonderful signing. I really do. And they've signed a couple of others, haven't they, as well?
Smith Rowe on a pretty cut price deal as well, by the way.
Who else have Fulham signed? I'm just trying to.
They've signed Joachim Anderson, haven't they? Back.
Yeah, Joachim Anderson. He's already said that though.
Go on, Sam.
And then mediocre window. I just think Fulham have been very good with their additions. Mediocre window.
Well, like you said, Newcastle, they've done very well, have they?
No, they've been the poor section. Mediocre window, Man United.
So hang on 1 second. Fulham have signed Ryan Sessegnon, Emile Smith Rowe, Georgie Cuenca from Villarreal, Sander Berger, Joachim Anderson.
Yeah, good window.
They've also got rid of only 3 real major ones. The rest are kids. Sorry. Joppolinia to Bayern Munich for £42.3 million.
Don't call them kids.
Wow, what's wrong with
I can't understand that. I just think it's disrespectful calling them kids.
youth team players?
There you go. Yeah, that's good.
Happy?
Yeah.
Right. Fuck up. Joe Polinia for £42.3 million. Tim Ream to Charlotte FC for an undisclosed fee. And they also got rid of Kevin and Babu to Midtjylland for and undisclosed fee. So they've done very well. I like a lot of what they've done.
Yeah.
Sander Berger fits that level as well. Ryan Sessegnon,
Of course, he's already played for Fulham before. So.
yeah, coming back is kind of, it feels like a no-brainer.
For me, I was being different. Don't get me wrong, I don't think Fulham have had the best window in the Premier League, but I'm trying to be different from what everybody's said. West Ham's the obvious one. Mediocre Man United. I think it's been solid.
Even though
You
do you
know,
not think the
Yeah.
well Ugarte from PSG?
no, I'd say we've had a solid window. A solid window, an okay window.
I think what helps Man United as well, by the way, is that the guys that have come in have done well so far.
Yeah, but I still don't think it's not been an amazing window.
And when Euro gets fit again, it'd be
It's been an okay window.
Ben
Still okay.
said that we haven't mentioned Brighton yet.
No, that's true. Could have said then. Poor window for me. We'll come on to Brighton. Poor window. Who I haven't said. Yeah, I think Wolves have had a very poor window.
Yeah, it's not worked out for them whatsoever.
Well, yeah, especially losing their captain is a big blow as well. Max Kilman to West Ham United.
And Neto.
Yes, losing Neto as well. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Wolves haven't had a great window. The other obvious ones are Newcastle. I think it's quite funny that they've got the richest owners in the world, but yet they can't spend all the money, and they couldn't convince or get Steve Parish to sell Mark Gahey.
Yeah, well,
I don't think he was ever really going to go now.
Well, especially because he was captaining Palace in the last game, so you wouldn't have thought they'd made him captain.
Yeah, I thought he was. I thought they captained him as like a farewell kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I think it was, if you say you will be captain, which works out very well because he did say.
I do think I'd like to say about his behaviour though, because Newcastle did make these bids, and they were seriously considered. That his behaviour has been exemplary.
Yes,
and
he conducted himself.
You love to see it, don't you?
And I really, really like him as a human being. I have to say, he when he was talking to England and with the England in the summer when he was away at the Euros, and he was saying like how he wasn't sure if his dad was going to be able to watch the game because he was in.
Some footballers are prats, aren't they? So
because of Sunday church. And he was just really open and honest and seemed such a lovely guy. So I really like him. And if he'd have come to Newcastle, fair enough. But the way he's conducted himself has been first class.
Let me ask you something. Do you think Woodgate suit Newcastle? Would he fit in well? Would he improve them?
He's got everything.
I don't think I'm being too ridiculous to say I think he would fit into any team in the world right now and do well.
Right.
I do, yeah, pretty much.
I mean, he was linked with quite a few teams, wasn't he?
He wouldn't be a starter at Bayern Munich or Real Madrid, but you put him in, he'd do very well. He could become that. He's 23 years old. He's nowhere near his prime for a centre half. So, yeah, I just he's one of those people that I'll always keep an eye on now, just because of like he's shown real character. He could have stayed at Chelsea and his career might be very different now. But yeah, he went to Palace.
Oh, breaking news. Al Ali confirmed sign Ivan Toney from Brentford for 40 million. Well,
Also, that deal is finally done, is it then?
that's it. Can you believe that?
Mistake. Tony, what are you doing? 28 years old. To stay at Brentford for another year if nobody wanted to pay the money, see your contract out and then move. Don't go there in front of 800 plus people. It's ridiculous. Say goodbye to your England career. Say goodbye to any top level football. Say hello to the millions, which you don't need.
Hey, look. Come on.
And mate, what are you doing? In fact, what the fuck are you doing? You just wasted wasted his fucking career.
Right, let me go to some stuff Ben said.
Wasted his absolute
The club I'm discussing continue to do well. Brighton, Minter, Ruter, etc.
Wasted his career.
This is what I've said. I've said this already.
Hold your horses, son.
I'm fuming with him. I want to shake it.
Samuel. Shush. Everton have done well business-wise, but performances continue to not to materialise. Correct. Completely agree. Everything they did looks good on paper. Even the stuff they've done today. I think Mangala is a great signing.
Absolutely ridiculous.
So we're obviously going to have to talk about Tony because Sam isn't going to shut the fuck up, is he? Is it a morally bankrupt move?
Yeah.
Or is it the move of somebody who probably realised that once he came back from the ban, which tarnished his reputation, that he only scored one goal, and that was when he come back?
No.
I was listening to
such a good player, and he could have gone right to the top. You know, he's made it to the top level. I get that with Brentford, great, and was at Peterborough before that and all that. But then he's just gone on, and he's 28 years old in his prime. He'd offer people so much. Fair enough if people aren't going to pay the money or whatever. Stay at Brentford a year if you have to. Don't go and play in not even a Mickey Mouse league. Don't go and play in a tadpole league. Is it like that? I mean, what a fucking idiot.
That's a huge deal, that.
Twat.
I want to say as well, where does that leave Osimhen?
Absolute twat.
What's
Samuel?
happening with him?
You did.
I'm just not very happy right now.
Yeah, no. Get back to what I was saying before we talk about Tony. I like the signing of Everton signing of Mangala. He was good for Forest when he played. Very good, I felt. So it works well.
You don't have this PG, do you, Will?
No, don't you worry.
Do I have what, sorry?
This channel is PG.
Oh, no, what I put it not for kids, so yeah, no, it's fine. Swear all you want, mate.
Oh, good. Tony, you wanker. I am not happy with him.
I don't think it's that bad. I think, look, I'll give you my honest opinion, and I'm pretty sure that Ben would agree with me if Ben was here. And I'm pretty sure that realistically you agree with me. If the deal was there that he wanted, if he really thought that he was worth a top Premier League team, where are they?
We'll just stay at Brentford. Don't go and sell your soul over there. Sell your soul over there. Going in front of play. Oh, just no, man. Anyway, carry on. I'm gone. Come
Come on,
on.
Sam, though. You know that what I'm saying is right.
No, I don't. No,
Fair play
I
to
think
him.
it's
In every line of work, you're going to chase the highest paid job.
Oh.
Complete
no, not
contrast to Sam.
necessarily.
That's what
No,
Ben said.
And Ben said complete contrast is.
I've literally just said that.
well, what did Ben say?
Oh God.
He said he was a complete contrast to you.
What he thinks.
Said,
He,
fair play to him. Listen, in every line of work, you're going to chase the highest paid job.
Ben, mate, I'm disappointed in you.
I
To
don't
say.
necessarily agree with that, but I think he must have known that the Premier League move he wanted wasn't coming.
Well,
So he
stay
just thought,
at Brentford, score 15, 20 goals, and then make it happen next year.
no, but Sammy didn't want to be there.
Well, he's contracted. Get on with it.
Yeah, but he obviously felt like he deserved better, which
So better is going in front of 700 people. Better is playing for
no,
Al Pacino, for Alcatraz, for Alca, whatever they're all Alca, what's it? Alca.
we're getting to the point where there could be this could be contrasted as racism, so we better be careful.
No, but they all start with Al, don't they?
What I'm going to say is,
Alcaneto.
what I'm going to say is, if the move was there for him to go to a top side, which he felt he deserved, then he would have gone. That's why he's gone to Saudi, because he saw the time running out. He had a massive deal on the table.
Yeah.
And that kind of money probably wasn't going to come around again, or not that level. Financially, morally, it's not the right choice. These players always talk about wanting to be at the top level. Is going to Farmers League where 700 people go to games the right choice for him? Footballing, no. Money, hell yeah.
Mm.
And the thing is, Sam, you know that's true.
I don't. I'd never do it.
Fuck off.
I wouldn't do it. I'd have no interest in going over there. I'd go over there for a holiday.
Oh God, you won't.
He's gone to retire. He's gone to a retirement home.
No, you're wrong. You are wrong there.
Anyway, carry on with other stuff. Sorry, everyone.
I don't feel like it's a retirement move. I don't think it's good, but by the way, we are 10 minutes away from 1 o'clock, so
We'll do till 1 o'clock.
Yeah, when we go at 1 a.m. and then yep.
Till 1 o'clock to get these deals done. Will they be all announced at 1 o'clock? I don't know. I don't actually know the way these things work. I'll be honest.
No, they get announced later than that. Anyway, my night's been ruined. I thought I was.
Wolverhampton Wanderers have completed the signing of Carlos Forbes from Ajax.
Oh, from Ajax, yeah.
That's a good signing, even though they've had a bad window.
He's winger.
Excuse me.
I know him. He's quite good.
Yeah.
Carry on.
I don't know where we were now.
So yeah, no,
Completely.
that's. But do you think he'll do well at Wolves?
This Carlos Forbes.
Yes.
I know you know about him, Sam, but I'll be honest and say.
Yeah, he's a winger, isn't he? He's pretty quick and pretty good. I like him. He can score goals. He can create. Yeah, he's good from what I've seen.
Yeah.
A bit inconsistent, maybe, but has that kind of something special.
Yes.
One thing that Wolves have done pretty well, I think, is develop players that they've signed.
Yeah.
So, Ken said, Will just casually dying. I know.
So,
I'll be honest with you. This has
Just
been an
like Ivan,
this has been
just like
an
Ivan,
absolute shambles of a live stream.
just like Ivan Tony's career, Dane.
sorry.
That's the thing, though. I do agree with that. Like now he's made that move. There's no going back. As in, like, I don't even if he decides after a year he doesn't want to do it. I don't think he'll get a move anywhere near what he'll probably be back at Brentford within a year.
Can I just say, Ivan, this is one of the best live streams I've ever done.
No, it's not. It's fucking terrible.
It's really not. What's bad about it? You've had drama, you've had rants, you've had breaking news.
We've hardly talked about any transfer news whatsoever.
Yeah, we have.
To be fair, obviously, we were very late starting, and
Well, do you think it's been a good video?
I think I really enjoy. I think it's gone pretty well on the whole. I think it's gone pretty well on the whole.
Apart from your sneezes and your cornet.
Well, yeah.
Have you got a little bit of a cough as well?
Well, because Sam made me laugh, so I'm wheezing a bit.
Wheezing.
I think my intro is the best intro that's ever been done.
I've got to say, I think your intro was very slick, and I mean, I look forward to you taking the reins for when it's international break, you'll be able to rest for my voice. And
maybe I should do every intro from now on.
Oh, well, I'm doing the end. I want to do this thing. Anyway, we've still got time to go. We've still got a couple of deals left to be announced. Nothing on Sterling yet. Nothing on Chalabar yet. Nothing on Broya yet. Nothing on Sancho yet. Nothing on Reece Nelson yet. So, still a lot to go. Let's get back on side.
Well, not on Ivan too.
Crystal Palace have just announced the signing of Matt Turner on loan from Nottingham Forest.
From formerly of Arsenal, wasn't he?
I quite like Turnip, I have to say.
Turnip.
When is this?
I quite like Matt Turner. I think he gets a rough press.
To be honest, I think what you do see of him, like when you see the odd game of him, it's not great. But then when he gets to run in the team, he does pretty well.
Did you refer to him as Turnip, Sam?
Yeah, because
we've gone down the pan, Will. We've gone down the pan.
Just quite literally. But my
5 a day then, folks.
My friend Sam Turner, who I played Power Chair football with, big shout out to Sam Turner if you're watching. You won't be watching this, but there you go. But I used to call him Turnip Head, so that's why that. Carry on.
Right, continue on, John.
As I think, based on what this says, all the deals left to be done in the Premier League are deals we know about.
Right, okay. Oh, yes, because I know there was a total of 9 deal sheets submitted.
Yeah, and they had 7 written down, but they didn't know who the other 2 were. And there's been 2 announced, which is Forbes and Turner, so that's got to be it.
Right, okay.
I want to talk about, just to get back to where we were, kind of. A deal that's been announced today that really interests me is Tammy Abraham joining AC Milan on loan.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I like Dun 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 dun, dun. Tammy Abraham. I like him. I've always liked him. He's never let me down on FIFA.
So
He's
do you think it's because he was surplus to requirements at Roma? Obviously, Mourinho was sacked, and was it De Rossi that was
Daniele De Rossi.
right? Yeah, and clearly,
I don't think it was to do with surplus to requirements. I think it's more he came back from injury and they'd obviously signed strikers to kind of replace him, and that, you know, it could be he does very well at AC Milan and then comes back into.
He's gone to a big club there.
You don't think Roma are a big club?
Not as big as AC Milan.
Fair. I'll give you that one.
I'd say they're close, but AC Milan's just a little bit bigger.
I think he will do well.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I think that he's got around him players he's played with before. We're talking Tomori, Pulisic, so I think it's a great environment, and I would love to see him even get into the England team.
Yeah.
Because I think he's that quality. I honestly believe.
I do. I see. I hate to say it. I see similarities between him and Judas, who's gone to Saudi Arabia.
I knew that's what you were going to say. Fucking hell.
But I just, in the way they play, so maybe he'll take his place in the England squad, Tammy Abraham, because I do see similarities. Do you see similarities between the way they play?
I see what you're on about, but I can't, because it's been so long since we've seen Abraham in England or even playing regular football.
Play is really good.
Yeah, he of course is one of the players that in Frank Lampard's first season at Chelsea, did very well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Right. I've got an idea. I'm going to go around each of you and say signing of the window.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea.
In the Premier League. Yeah. That we know of so far. I know there's deals to be done, but of the ones that are confirmed, we'll start with Tubby.
Can't wait for this.
Signing of the window. Signing of the window. I don't really know. Well, I suppose if Sterling goes to Arsenal, that might be.
That doesn't count. It's not gone yet.
Oh right. Okay.
Think of another one.
Do you really think he's going to change that team? I don't even think he gets into the 11.
I agree.
No, but what he'll do is if they're, trying to win the title, Sterling will bring, good experience. He'll bring a fighting spirit into the dressing room. I think it'll be a good deal for Arsenal.
So come on, well, signing of the window. Don't help him. He's got it.
I'm not helping him. I want to know what he's in.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I'll come back to you.
Okay.
I'll have a think.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say that I genuinely think Ramsdale is the best signing.
Very good.
Oh, yeah,
I think that is a massive statement.
I agree. I really do. Yeah, I'm surprised. I would have been less surprised if they got him on loan, but to get him on a permanent deal, fair play, and to convince him to come. Because I thought somebody it's difficult. I'm trying to think in England. I thought he might go abroad, actually, Ramsdale.
Yeah, that was what I was going to imagine, but yeah, obviously.
To a top club abroad, because there'd be loads that would have him. I thought he might go to Atletico or something, because All Black's coming to the end now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is going on a bit, isn't he? Jan Oblak, yeah.
So he'd be a great replacement, and could learn from Jan Black. But you're going Ramsdale, and you're sticking with that, yeah?
Geordie's still there.
I think he's muted. Okay, so he's gone for Ramsdale. Best signing of the window for me. It's a tough one because there's been loads of really good ones, like really, really good, really good players that have, that
Right. What's your one then, Sam?
yeah, I'm just trying to decide.
Hello, sorry, I just got another. I got a phone call.
I'm just gonna decide it on two. I think the best signing of the window is James Ward-Prowse to Nottingham Forest.
I think it's an underrated one for sure.
I think. Oh, okay. I think Emil Smith Rowe to Fulham.
Again, I'm laughing my head off. Transfer show and Will, mine's gone blank for best deal.
Yeah, that's true. But he came up trumps in the end, didn't you, Will?
Yeah. I was just trying to rack my brain.
Rack your brain. I don't think that'd help you either, mate. So I do think Ramsdale's a very good shout. Very good shout. I think that probably is.
Good value for money as well, by the way.
What's that? Sorry, mate.
I think Smith Rowe is good value for money.
Ramsdale's a very good shout. How much did he cost?
Ramsdale?
Yeah.
18 mil. 7 million add-ons.
I mean, that is unbelievable. That's got to be one of the best signings of the last 10 years.
Why do you think Ramsdale it changed for him at Arsenal? Why do you think? Was it because he didn't suit the way Arteta wanted to play, or?
I don't even think it's that. I think he wanted to bring in his own man. I think that's literally all it is.
But he did bring in his own man. He
Ramsdale, didn't he?
He brought in Ramsdale.
No, but I think he when he brought in Ramsdale, it was his choice. But I also think that I'm meaning more in the season after that. I think as soon as Ramsdale did some pretty good stuff, but there were things that he maybe was a bit weaker, especially with this. But the one thing you can say about David Raya, which is amazing,
I thought he was
great with his feet.
He was good with his feet at Arsenal. Overall, I remember the season Arsenal finished second, the first one, and he was great with his feet. He set them on the counter-attack so often.
I don't know. I don't get. I'll be honest with you and say I don't get the Ramsdale for Raya situation because I don't think there's that much between them at all.
No, not overall. I wouldn't have got, if I was Ramsdale, I wouldn't have gone to Southampton. I would have gone abroad, probably.
Well, it depends if he had offers from abroad.
The problem there is that you can only take what's in front of you, can't you?
Yeah.
Well, I'd rather stay. What did he have? A year left on his contract?
Don't know how long he had on his contract.
I would have stayed at Arsenal. Well, no, I wouldn't actually. I would have asked.
That's not a good one. You don't like that one.
No, I'm not. I don't even want to go there because it makes my blood boil.
Oh god,
Just-
yeah. Don't
I
mention
just
the
think
Tony thing.
what a waste. What a waste.
It was probably. I feel like it was probably his best chance to get that amount of money, though. To be fair to him.
There's no fair about it. He doesn't need any more money.
I don't know.
True.
If you guys ever decide to, if you moved to Saudi Arabia to play football, I'd be like, what a waste. To put it this way, if you were a footballer, Jordan, you moved to Saudi Arabia, I won't watch your games.
Well, I'd be making about 60 million a year, so I don't think I'd give much of a shit whether you did or you didn't.
Well, yeah, that is true.
The only scenario in which I would do it, probably kind of a bit like Henderson, where he kind of took the money, saw how much damage it was doing to his career, and then left.
How's he done
Weirdly,
at
I
Ajax
respect.
How's he done at Ajax since he joined them?
Absolutely no idea.
Right.
Another piece of transfer news: Jonathan Tah staying at Bayer Leverkusen. Interesting, because earlier in the summer, Bayern Munich were really in negotiations. Where
And talking of another Jonathan Rowe went to Marseille, didn't he?
another crybaby.
They've done some really interesting stuff this window.
Yeah.
As of Leon, by the way.
Another crybaby.
One for us,
Straight
by the
to
way.
his own
One for
club.
us, Sam. One for us. Joe White. You remember Joe White?
Yes, he was on loan at Crew.
Yeah, he's gone to MK Dons.
Good luck to him.
I agree. I don't know about you boys.
I was speaking to somebody about him today. Oh, I was having my hair cut today, and I just a bit random for a football show.
And I can't.
Sorry?
I was going to ask you where you get your hair cut, but I can't really ask that.
Not on here. Do it off there.
Can I ask you whether it's in town?
Yes.
In a town where we live?
Yes.
Right, okay. Let me ask you more questions about that once we're done with this.
So, what was I saying? Oh, so yeah, I went to get my hair cut today.
Yeah.
And there was a guy in there. And I was like, he doesn't sound like he's from around these parts. And he was from Newcastle.
Yeah.
Upon time, right? And as opposed to Underline, which is round the corner, really, isn't it? And anyway, and he was a great lad. We were chatting about Newcastle and the lack of activity and everything, and he said that he was like, oh yeah, you had Joe White on loan, didn't you? And I was like, yeah. And he was really good lad. Anyway, I only told you because speaking of Joe White reminded me of that. I tell you, two of the best signings of the window could be, boys.
Who's that?
Jurrien Timber, because he's been injured for so long.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's a good idea.
It's like a new signing.
Yes.
and Sandro Tonali back from his ban.
Yes, we didn't mention that on the roundup, and we should have done. But he's back now.
Yeah.
I don't know about you boys, but I'm absolutely knackered.
I am. I've got a busy day tomorrow to prepare for.
Yeah,
Yes.
as we
So,
all know.
shall I take us home? As you
Actually,
say?
I would like to
Jordan
take us home if
taking
that's
us home.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine.
Is that all right with you, Cornet?
Before Jordan
Right then.
takes us home, I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and over to Jordan to see us out the
I'd
door.
also like to say thank you. I hope everybody enjoyed my magnificent intro and my magnificent rant about Ivan Toney. That's what this show is all about. I'm very sorry that these two guests aren't quite up to my standards. But
Keep your feet on the ground.
Definitely, fuck you.
but yeah, just
Right.
we're all volunteers on this show. So if it was up to me, I'd get rid of him. But it's not my.
Alright.
Anyway,
There's no ego here.
Anyway,
I'm gonna bring us home.
handing over to Mr. All flat no fizz himself, Mr. Jordan.
First of all, thank you so much for watching this absolute shambles of a live stream. It has been very good. There's been some very great points made. I'm not going to say there hasn't been. First of all, thank you so much for myself and my two cohorts here, Mr. TubeMix, firstly, and Sam Taylor.
Thank you for having me.
As for when you will next see us, as far as I'm aware, all of these videos are going up tomorrow. That includes this, plus the last two weekly roundups we've done. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. And yes, I think we're going to do one on Monday, which will be another live episode. So yeah.
Triple dose of this show. How riveting!
Yeah, no, all good, fantastic. So yeah, please join us next time for much more discussion about all the top news in football, rounding everything up, and of course, it will be all without having kicked a ball. Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.